Add your rice to the bottom of your crock pot. That is 1 1/2 cups. Now we're gonna add some veggies. This is about 1 cup of carrots and 1 cup of peas. These were frozen and thawed just a little bit, but you could put them in frozen. Now we're gonna add some fresh chicken. This is 2 chicken breasts, cut up. There you go, we just got that spread around. Cups of chicken broth. Now we are using the reduced sodium broth because we're gonna make a healthier recipe today. Y'all have been requesting healthy, so that's what I'm gonna give you. We've got fresh chicken, we've got brown rice, which is loaded with fiber and protein, and we're using the reduced sodium broth, and of course we've got our veggies in there too. We're gonna put this to the side because we need to add some more to our bowl to mix it. Now we're gonna take a can of the Healthy Request cream of chicken soup. This has got much less sodium than the regular kind. If you really wanna make it even healthier, you could use your own broth and your own cream of soup. You could make your own version of that. We're gonna pour those together because we're gonna mix it together. There's one other thing I'm gonna add, and that is a little bit of Dijon mustard.
It's upside down.
And we're gonna add just about a tablespoon of our Dijon mustard. And that's optional, you could leave it out if you want to. Now you're gonna just mix that up and stir it up, and that's gonna go on top of our rice, chicken, and veggie mixture. But there's one other thing that we're gonna add to that because you know every good recipe needs...
Ooh, cheese.
Cheese.
Is that my cue?
Can you get me some cheese, please?
All right, cheese. Ooh, good kitty, good kitty. Okay, bad kitty, bad kitty. All right, here we go. Here's cheese, here's cheese.
All right, we're gonna take some cheese, dump that on top of our chicken, rice, and veggie mixture. I'm using about a cup.
Right.
And now we're gonna take that liquid with the broth and the cream of chicken soup. That's gonna get poured right on top. There we go. Now we're gonna add some seasonings. Let me know in the comments what seasoning you would add. Of course, I think we need to add some garlic powder.
Is that garlic powder?
Garlic powder.
All right.
And I've got some poultry seasoning. It's got some thyme and sage and black pepper and nutmeg. Just a little bit of that to give it some nice flavoring. Now I'm gonna take my spatula and just stir that up a bit. There we go, get that stirred up. Now we are gonna be cooking this on high for 2 to 3 hours, but the truth is cooking varies when it comes to these crock pots. It depends on how big your crock pot is. Ours is a 4-quart. It may depend on how many of the ingredients you use. Different models cook at different speeds. And also, if you're taking that lid off and peeking every 5 minutes, that's gonna make the whole process take longer as well. So do your best to keep the lid on, and bear with me because the timing will vary on this, but we're gonna shoot for 2 to 3 hours on high. Crack your egg right into the bowl. I'm gonna mix that up. Now you're gonna take your chicken breast and just kind of bathe it in there. We've got our egg bath there. Now we're gonna take some almond flour.
Almond flour.
We're using
okay.
almond flour instead of regular flour, 1/2 cup of almond flour, because we are making keto, low carb fried chicken in our air fryer.
Okay.
So this is a healthy fried chicken, and the main ingredients are the Parmesan and almond flour. We're gonna do another 1/2 cup of Parmesan. This is gonna be your breading.
Okay, Parmesan.
And then you just dump that right in there. And of course, now we gotta hit it with some seasonings. We're gonna do some fresh pepper. We're gonna do some salt. And paprika. You can let me know in the comments what seasonings you would use.
What is paprika, by the way?
Paprika is ground up peppers. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. Why don't they just call it ground up peppers?
Because paprika is easier to say.
Oh, okay.
Chili powder. A little bit of chili powder. What seasonings would you use on this one?
See, they call it chili powder.
So it'd be pepper powder.
Pepper powder.
Why don't they
That's
call it
a-
pepper powder?
yeah.
Well, there's garlic powder.
See? Paprika's dumb.
Okay. All right. And now we're gonna just stir up our breading. And then we need to make sure these are both really covered in the egg. I'll grab this one from the bottom.
Slippery, aren't they?
Yep. There we go. This is keto, low carb, diabetic friendly, and the air fryer is gonna be your best tool for this because you're gonna get a nice crispy coating. Here we go. And this one too. And you just Make sure you cover it with the Parmesan, paprika. I'll never look at paprika the same way again now. And all of our seasonings and the almond flour. And almond flour is basically just really finely ground almonds. So it'll give you a nice nutty but crunchy breading.
So they should just call it almond. All right, got it. So now this is the device.
All right, so this is our air fryer. And start. And then we shut the lid.
That says shut.
Beautiful. Now we're gonna take some fresh chicken. These are chicken tenderloin and some beautiful Parmesan garlic seasoning. That looks great. Now we're gonna top our beautiful veggies and chicken with some olive oil. We're just gonna be generous with the olive oil. All right, now we're gonna top this with some seasoning, and we want this to be quick and easy, so I've just got one packet here of everything I need. It's a combination, and you just douse everything. This is a Parmesan seasoning. There's some more herbs in there as well. There's some salt included in it. Just empty the entire packet out. Now that we've got all that perfect, you just mix it up. You just want to mix it up, getting the oil and the seasonings all over every piece. Potato for the puppy.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you're supposed to have potatoes, Jax. Oh my goodness. Now, when I lived in Mississippi, I'm originally from Mississippi. Y'all tell me where you're from in the comments because I'm going to be reading them. We had a garden and we grew zucchini and squash and corn, all kinds of vegetables, peas and beans. And when I was a kid, I hated that garden. I felt like it was torture. But if I could go back in time and have a garden again today with all those fresh veggies, I would do it in a heartbeat. There we go, we got it nice and mixed up. And there's one more ingredient. This is optional, you don't have to do it, but there's some Parmesan on the top shelf. I'm gonna try some of that too.
I can get that. Parmesan right here.
Yeah.
Here we go. Parmesan.
You could just use the seasoning packet and that's it. Just oil and seasoning and you're done. But I've got this nice Parmesan that I can add to the top as well, just to give it a little bit more flavor. I think that's perfect. That's all we gotta do, y'all. Pop that in the oven. I've got my oven set to 425 degrees, and this is hopefully gonna bake in about 15-20 minutes tops.
This is gonna be good.
Healthy, easy dinner that you can throw together in minutes. All right, y'all, our chicken and rice and veggies dinner is ready. I stopped to stir it halfway through, and then about 5 minutes ago, I stirred it once more, and then I sprinkled some cheese on top, and let me tell you, it turned out perfect. The rice is nice and fluffy. Now, you want to use the long grain brown rice for this. Don't substitute it for white because it won't turn out as good. The whole grain brown rice just seems to stay heartier as the slow cooker works. It's magic. But I think it's time for the taste test. Are you ready for this?
I'm excited.
Look at how good this looks.
Whoa.
That is a dump and go, set it and forget it. Yummy and healthy meal. We actually put together a healthy meal here and I can't wait to taste it. We've got our chicken, we've got our brown rice, we've got veggies. I used the low sodium broth and the low sodium soup, and we add whatever spices you want. So I'm gonna plate this up. This looks so good. Look at that, look at the rice. Yes, it cooked it perfectly, y'all.
This is
Perfectly.
crazy. Rice.
You didn't even have to do anything. You just stir it once in the middle. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to try this. This looks so good. Mm-hmm. I'm not done with my bite yet.
Oh, wow.
All right, our healthy fried chicken is ready. Now this is healthy because it's keto, low carb, gluten-free, all of that because we use the almond flour and the Parmesan as our breading. And of course all the spices. Now I left this in the air fryer for about 10, 12 minutes. Halfway through you can flip it. Let's see how it turned out.
So excited.
Look at that, I told you it
Looks
was
like
pretty
chicken.
good.
All right, let's plate this up here.
All right.
You got the good tongs.
I got
right
the
now.
good tongs this time after the last slippery episode.
All right.
All right, this piece looks so good. Look at how beautiful and golden
That looks
brown.
good, but how does it taste? Does it taste the same?
Let's see. I'll cut it right in the middle. Oh, look at that.
That looks good.
Perfect piece of chicken right
gonna
there.
try it?
Yeah. All right. Taste test.
Wait, cut me a piece too while you're right there.
All right.
Is it good? Mm-hmm. The breading's good?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, try this. Use your air fryer. All right, here we go.
It's perfect.
Wow.
It tastes like regular fried chicken.
Guys, try this.
Kyle is a skeptic when it comes to this stuff. When I tell him it's healthy, he goes, "Bleh, I don't want it." But this is good, right?
It is actually good. Try it.
I'm so excited to try this, y'all. I've made sheet pan meals before. This is hard to do with your oven mitts on. I've made sheet pan meals before, and they're so easy and healthy, and they typically only take about 15 or 20 minutes. And look at that. I think it was a good idea to top it with the extra Parmesan.
That looks so good.
Doesn't it smell good? And it doesn't get any better than these packets of seasoning. This one even had a few breadcrumbs in it, so you get nice crispiness on the chicken. All right, I'm gonna use my new
Look at that. That's
spatula
your new tool. Let's see.
and scoop it up.
All right.
How do we do it? Just scoop?
I think so. We've never tried this before.
We've got our red and yellow bell peppers. We've got zucchini and squash. We've got our chicken and some red potatoes.
Hey, by the way, Misty, do you know why the rooster didn't cross the road?
Why did the rooster not cross the road?
Why didn't the rooster cross the road?
I don't know. You tell me.
He was chicken. Come on.
Well, technically roosters, well, they are chickens, aren't they?
Oh
Are
my
they
God,
different?
you're just ruining the joke.
Sorry. Let's try this. Come on,
All
look
right.
at this.
Zero's excited in the background.
Scoop it up.
All right. Oh, look at that. Oh, do it one more time. I kind of missed it.
Scoop, scoop, scoop.
That is great.
Look at that.
Actually, a good little device
Yeah.
you got there. All right. I'm going to come in for a taste test here.
All right.
All right. Here we go.
I want this piece of chicken. This one looks nice and crispy.
I'm excited about this, guys.
Okay.
Here we go.
Will you hold the bowl for me?
I'll hold the
'Cause
bowl.
I'm gonna cut. Do you want to just cut a piece of the chicken and then we
Sure.
go from
Cut the
there?
chicken.
So this is fresh out of the oven, so it's quite hot. Don't burn
Okay.
yourself. Is that a big enough? That's some chicken.
That's some chicken. All right. Here we
You
go.
want to try the chicken part? Don't burn yourself. I'm gonna try this crispy chicken right here.
That's good. It's got some good flavor to it.
Is it enough seasoning and stuff? Ooh,
Okay.
that one doesn't want to
All
get
right.
eaten. Okay.
Get in here. Ready?
Mmm. Mm-hmm.
Give me some of the veggies. I didn't get any veggies.
Zucchini and peppers
It's all good
and
and so easy, so quick.
you requested it and we are delivering it. You wanted quick and easy healthy meals. More coming up. Let us know in the comments what you want to see next. Into your pretzels into the bottom of your pan. We're gonna have 2 cans of apple pie filling, and we are using the no sugar added apple pie filling because we don't need all that extra sugar. Spread that out, perfect. Now you're just gonna use your spatula to make sure it's covering all of our pretzels. Now we're gonna top that with some caramel syrup.
Or caramel.
I call it caramel. I'm from Mississippi originally. What about y'all? How do you say it? Kyle's from Wisconsin. I think I'm right. Are you team Kyle or team Misty with this one? Caramel or caramel? Now we're gonna take some spice cake mix, but you could really use any kind. You could use yellow cake or white cake, but I'm using the spice cake. We're just gonna dump it right on. Y'all trust the process on this. I know it looks a little weird, but this is exactly what we intended. Dump the whole thing out, and then you just use your hands to spread it over the top of the apples. But there is one other thing that I need from the fridge to finish this off. Some butter.
Some butter?
Yeah, there should be some sliced butter
All right.
right there.
Here we go. Some butter. Here it is. Butter.
Thank you. I need to wash my hands. And now we're gonna take our handy dandy butter slicer and just give it a press. And it will give you nice slices of butter that are super easy, so you don't have to cut it yourself.
Got it.
Hang on. Look at that. Look how easy that is. It just comes right out. Now you're gonna take those slices and we're gonna just cover the top of our dry cake mix. You're gonna end up using about 1.5 sticks of butter for a pan like this. This one's just a little bit larger than a typical 9 by 13. But the idea is that you want to cover all the dry cake mix. Alternatively, you could even melt a butter. Alternatively, you could even melt a cup of butter and just pour that on top. And that way it will cover all the dry cake mix and make sure that you've got it nice and saturated with butter. But that's all we gotta do. We've got our oven preheated to 350 degrees. You're gonna bake this for 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. This top layer is gonna give you a nice crust, almost like a cobbler. And then we're gonna taste test, and I can't wait because it's gonna be yummy. All right, that is smelling delicious. And this top is, listen, it's like a little bit of a crumble crisp cobbler topping. If you're thinking this is gonna be a soft cake, that's not what we're going for. This is exactly what we wanted. We're gonna go ahead and cut a slice. This is an easy one-pan dessert. Will make your house smell wonderful. We've got some caramel apple pretzels going on here. Check that out.
All right.
Piping hot. Gotta blow on it so you don't burn your mouth.
But let's see how it tastes.
All right, so I love the saltiness of the pretzels combined with the apples. And of course, we've got that yummy spice cake mix. Do you want the first bite?
Okay, sure.
It's hot. I'm
Is that-
afraid it's gonna burn your
All right,
mouth.
blow on it for me. How is it? Good? I like the pretzels. It's kind of like
I know.
a crust.
The pretzels form a nice salty layer, which is a great contrast with the caramel and the apples.
Try some more of the apple.
See,
right
it's
there.
good, right?
Yeah.
You weren't so sure about this one. Listen, I'll tell you a secret. He doesn't always think that they're going to turn out the best, but sometimes, often, he is pleasantly surprised. Am I right?
Yes, they've been good lately.
What am I going to do with him? I can't take him anywhere. It's good, right? And then, you know what's nice about using the no sugar added apples? It gives you the perfect balance of sweetness. It's not overly sweet. Y'all got to try this one.